Alright, so I'm going to look at the directions here for Module 7. Web Development 1, Module 7, download. Alright, here's the PNG. And here is what I did. So as you can see, as I move this, it is responsive, so it changes scale, other than this section at the top. I didn't make that responsive, so you don't have to do that. But responsive means when you change the scale of the web browser that you're looking at, everything maintains the same proportion and moves along with it. So I'll kind of walk through this step by step. To do the menu bar at the top, let's see right here, the nav bar. It's very basic. It's just a div with a class called Nav Bar, and that doesn't need to be in there. So this link doesn't have to link anywhere. So if I click that, it's not going to go anywhere. So that is where you would put the URL if it linked anywhere. So other than that, you don't even need this section right here. So this is the first section. So obviously the nav bar goes at the top, and now I'm going to scroll to the top up here. And here is the nav bar. I basically just copied and pasted this from W3 Schools. This section right here, this is the nav bar itself, and these are the individual links inside. So there's, in my case, there's only one text. I deleted everything in the nav bar down here. From W3 Schools, there are like 3 or 4 links: home and contact and search and stuff like that. I deleted it all because I only wanted one word up there. And this is what is inside the nav bar itself, this section of CSS. This controls all that, how it looks, the color of the text, the font of the text, the center of the text, the padding that goes along with that, the decoration, there's none, I don't need that, I can get rid of this, and the font size. Okay, and this just determines what the actual nav bar itself looks like. And here, the bottom border is where I put this, the bottom border, the solid purple down there. It's pretty self-explanatory. The HR is basically just an HR that I gave a class of HR, and here is what that looks like. Margin top 23, that pushes it away from the button, pushes it down the website a little bit. The border right here, 25.25 pixels, solid purple. That basically just says the size and the color of it in solid states that it's a solid object. The HR is down here. Right here, if it's a regular HR, it's just going to be black, so I had to give it a class. I kept it simple so it was easy to remember. The class is HR, and at the top, hr.hr is basically how you style that. The image itself is right here. It's responsive. Let's say it's right here. It's responsive. Is that it? No, where is it at? Right here. So this is a responsive image, obviously. It's made responsive with this class. I got that from W3 Schools. The responsive section is basically right here. It maintains 100% width, so whenever you change the scale, it's very easy. Whenever you change the scale of the browser, it just keeps 100% width, and the height is auto, meaning it's automatically set to whatever it should be. That's very easy. And then from the past, what we've done right here, this section right here is the images side by side. I copied and pasted all that from W3 Schools, and then all I did was in a section called text on image, which is in W3 Schools. It's in the document. It's right here. This explains how to center the text. I can help you with that if you need. There's really no reason to go over that now. I selected this. So this centered section is inside of a div called container, which is right here. Here's the div called container, which contains the image, which is right here. And then at the bottom, you don't need any of this stuff. So you could delete all that if you wanted and just keep this. And when you run this, you'll see that the text, whoops, what did I just delete? We don't need any of that. You can delete that. run that, and they're centered. It's pretty easy. You just copy and paste all this in to your site. The opacity is very easy. It's basically on the image. If you give the image a class, which let's see, I did here, called black and white. Opacity is basically just a filter. So if I go to the top to the B and W, it's a filter grayscale 100%. The opacity is very easy. To make it 70%, it's 0.7. It's just opacity. Everything here is pretty easy. So I'm going to stop there with the video.